Welcome to the AMP Members Roundtable series, a special edition Officers Roundtable. I'm Stephanie Decker, a 25-year member and approximately a 10-year volunteer as an officer in various roles for my local chapter in Central Florida.
Hi, I'm Heather Hill, Director for Membership Engagement at AMP, and I've been with the organization a little over 11 years.
I am Donald Savoie. I'm a 15-year member and a newly elected vice chair since March of this year.
Today we are at the Career Development Center of AMP headquarters in Houston and the library. Heather, what can you tell us about this library and the history here?
So this is the AMP library. It has thousands of books. It has volumes of corrosion journal dating back to March of 1945. So all the volumes are in here. Members can come in. You can't check books out, but you can come in. There's a desk and a computer, and you can do research or utilize any of the documents that are in here.
Today, we are going to talk about resources and support available to officers within AMP. A great place to start, Heather, would be to explain to us the flow chart of AMP's operations and where do chapters fall in that flow chart?
Okay, so AMP has two boards now. We have the AMP Board of Directors and the AMP Global Center Board of Directors. Under each board, we have program committees. So chapters are under the AMP board. The program committee that they report to is the membership program committee. And that's the program committee that's responsible for revising your membership benefits, looking at retention, how do we keep members engaged. And they also have the responsibility to make sure that our chapters are engaging the local membership.
Thank you for explaining how the chapters fall underneath the board. What support is out there for a newly elected officer like myself?
Sure. Well, so we have AMP staff available. In particular, we have Cindy Tracy. She is our chapter support specialist. And one of the things we always like to direct our new officers to is the officer resource page. If you're on amp.org, from the toolbar at top, you select membership, and on the drop down, you go to the officer resource page. There is plenty of information just to get you jump started. So there's toolkits, for example, and a toolkit can be a best practice document that's based on staff knowledge and other member leaders' expertise and experience, and we've put it into a document. We have one on how to host a chapter meeting, for example, and we're constantly developing new toolkits. If you ever have any ideas, please share and we'll create one because it's really a good starting point for officers on best practices for just jumpstarting your chapter and getting the local membership engaged. We also, on that officer resource page, we have the ability, it's a schedule a one-on-one session with Cindy. And Cindy can have a one-on-one meeting with you virtually. Ask any questions that you have. They're virtual. So if we need to show you how to download your member roster, for example, Cindy can do a screen share and help educate our chapter officers on what to do, where to go, and how to accomplish what you need to do your role as an officer leader.
Is there any virtual training available to new officers?
We actually have two training opportunities for officers right now. The first is a self-paced informational course. It is designed for our chapter officers to, at their leisure, look through the virtual training. And it's really an introduction into your role. It's your job description. It's information on financials and reporting. It's just really an intro to everything you need to know as an officer. The other option we have is actually rolling out next month. So we are starting a chapter training series. That training series is going to start July 11th. They are quick 30-minute sessions. We'll have one a week for 8 weeks, and they're all on a different topic. So you can attend as many as you want. You can attend just one. It's whatever is of interest to you and your role as an officer. We will be recording those sessions, so if you're unavailable to attend, we're going to end up making sure that those are posted as an officer resource as well online and make those available to all of our chapter officers.
Are all of these available for voting officers or non-voting officers?
It is open to everyone, non-voting and voting. So the chapter officer resource page is actually not behind the password. So you don't have to log in. It's open, it's transparent, because even if you're not an officer today, maybe you have interest in becoming an officer and you really want to dig in to see what those requirements are, what's available to you, and what that role would potentially mean going forward. That's all open and available to the membership. So the training is open. We'll target registration to our current officers, all current officers, so that they're aware and can attend if they're willing, but it is definitely open to the entire membership.
What about these chapter leadership digest emails I've been receiving? What is that?
The Chapter Leadership Digest, that is an automated email that comes from our community of interest for chapter leaders. So we have a discussion board for our chapter officers, and if there's any activity for that day, whether it's a response to a post or a new post, that system's going to automate an update to your email. And you can actually respond directly from that email or click on the link and go to the community of interest page for chapter officers where you can engage with other officers and staff that monitor that board.
So it's specific to officers, not the general membership can or has access to that.
Correct. This one's specific to officers. We wanted to create a forum where officers can engage with one another, share experiences. Maybe you're hosting a sporting event or a golf tournament and it was really successful and you did something different that you're not aware of any other chapter doing and you want to share that. It's a really great place to learn and even virtually network, especially over the last 2 years. If you haven't been able to connect with your peers and other officers in person, you can use that community of interest platform to ask questions or share information with your chapter officer peer group.
So am I able to post anything on there? It seems that Cindy Tracy is who I see the most posting on that thread. Am I able to, for example, I'm the Central Florida chapter chair, and we're in very close proximity in various parts of our chapter with the North Florida chapter as well as the South Florida. Can I post invitations to upcoming meetings in case other officers want to attend and or share with their members?
Absolutely. We want you to post and engage on that page. Right now, a lot of the content is staff sharing announcements, updates, maybe deadlines for financial reporting or things of that nature. We would love to have our officers engage in that more. Stephanie, I know what you've done with the students in your chapter in Florida is amazing. If we could share that out with other chapters, that's the kind of stuff that I think is really beneficial because I'm not aware of any other chapters that are doing that.
Okay, that's a great point.
Is this globally? If Stephanie posts something in there, I would get an email, correct?
Correct. So the daily digest emails that you were referencing, you actually have to opt into those. But anytime something new is posted, you would get that daily digest sent to your inbox.
So it's not area specific.
No, it is anyone that is in that chapter leadership community of interest.
Is there going to be any training at Denver, the annual conference, like there has been in the past?
Absolutely. We always host officer training at our annual conference and expo, and Denver is no exception. We already have a date and time booked, but we typically don't plan what that training includes until after the first of the year, closer to conference. Reason being is there might be a particular topic or subject, some changes that are coming that would be relevant to officers at that time. So we wait a little while before we develop the content. But yes, we will have officer training in Denver.
And is that strictly for officers or can general membership attend that as well?
We'll target the meeting to officers when we share information on it, because that's the information that we're sharing is going to be specific to that demographic. But that meeting is open. So if there are members that join, they are more than welcome to attend. And it's also an opportunity, again, if you're interested in being an officer and you want more information on what that would potentially look like for you, come and join us at the officer training during annual conference and expo and learn a little bit about what you could expect.
Thank you, Heather, for all of this great information and resources and support for officers. How can members and officers reach you, and where can they find AMP on social media?
Thanks, Stephanie. Yes, members can reach me via email at heather.hill@amp.org, or you can reach out to the organization through one of our social media channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.